Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to tonight's Facebook Live. We are going to be bringing on my lovely mum. And gosh, my hair's looking a little bit frizzly. But anyway, mind the old hair. I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live tonight and I'm going to be interviewing my mother. And, my mum is awesome because she's got to be my biggest supporter. That's her job. That's all mum's jobs. And you know what, she really has been. And I remember when I first wanted to have a chat with her about nutritional cleansing. I'd just found these products and had a great 2 or 3 day experience. So not really anything really substantial. And what do? You go and tell your mum. And I had this big spiel planned about how it would be a great idea, mum, if you use these products. And I didn't even get a chance to give her my spiel. She just said, yep, I'll do it. And I thought, crikey, we must have gotten into some real good timing. And that was really how Isagenix came into my life. And so I'm going to bring my mum on, and she is going to share with you her experience. She has quietly been getting some fantastic results in the background. And my mum doesn't broadcast a lot of how well she does, and she can be quite unassuming. But hello, mum.
Hello.
But she has been quietly getting some phenomenal results, and so I really just wanted to bring her on tonight. And here she is, um, in all her beautifulness. And so, mum, thanks for coming on tonight because I know you didn't really have much of an option. You're my mum. I told everyone you're my biggest supporter, but you really have been getting some great results. And so I thought, rather than writing up a nice post about you, I thought, why not come on and share what your experience has been? Because, guys, no one works harder than my mum. I'm pretty confident about that. And not only that, but she's a real perfectionist. And so whatever work mum puts out into this world, she does and it's on point. And sometimes that can make for like quite a bit of stress, especially when she's a mum of four, married, running a household, and all the rest of it. And so, mum, thanks for coming on tonight, and I really am stoked that you're coming on to share your experience.
Well, thank you, love, and it's a pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
So, mum, how long have you been using the Isagenix products now?
Okay, so I've started using products in May this year.
Awesome. And what have your results been? So what is that? Almost about 6.5 months?
It's about six and a
May,
half
June,
months.
July, September,
Yes.
October, November.
Well,
Yeah.
it has been 6 months. What a whirlwind 6 months it's been. Well, to be quite, I'm going to state the facts. So I've lost approximately 13 kgs in the last 6 months. I am just a short little person, and 13, I don't, and 13 kgs is a lot on a short little person like me. So I was 76 kgs when I started approximately. I'm now 63, just under 63 now. And yeah, so
Nice. Um, awesome.
mm,
Awesome. You look great. You look real good.
thank you.
And way to go into the Christmas period as well, Mum. So, over the last 6 or so months, what would you say has been the biggest difference that using the products has brought into your life overall?
The biggest difference has been how it's
Mm.
improved my self-confidence, how I feel when I walk into the shop. I don't shy away anymore from looking at clothes. I love the compliments I'm getting, about looking younger than what people think I really am. Like you said, I can't believe I'm a mother of 4 children who are married and then a grandmother as well, on top of it, of 3 beautiful grandchildren. So that's just to name just a few.
And so, like, how, because you've done a few things over the years to try and not just to lose weight, but also to help stabilize your weight. And I think observing, I think most of it has been really around trying to get your energy on track and trying to get your overall health under control. So, what would you say has like how would you compare the things you've tried in the past and using the nutritional cleansing system?
I think the biggest one is actually now understanding the real difference between the two. The times that I did it before was lack of understanding, I guess complete understanding of the products I was using. This time I've made a point of actually getting to understand the products. And yeah, I mean, that's probably the best I can say about it at the moment, is that it's understanding the products I'm using and also just how simple it is. Goodness gracious, it's so darn simple. And
Mm.
something, yeah.
Yeah, and actually touching on the simple, I think that's one of the things that made it such a winner for me, because I know that of all the things that I mean, you could say I'm a professional dieter. I've been dieting for that long, and I feel like of all the things that I've tried, this has been the easiest for me to be able to get a result, but also to be able to maintain because it's so simple. Lots of the things I've done before have been quite complex, and it's it's not always about what works or doesn't work, but it also is about what you're able to maintain.
That's right. That's right. And in its simplicity, I mean, I don't have to think about very much. I just, I do lead a very busy life, as you so succinctly put it. And I don't have to think very much about what I need to do. And when the day gets chaotic, there is a structure already in place. I have the things that I need, and yeah, and I can prepare it in a very quick space of time.
And in saying that, Mum, you and Dad love to have your little treats as well. Like you guys are real foodies, and you go around to all these different places and try different things. So it's not as if you're in deprivation and going without
No,
either, from what
definitely
I've
not.
observed. Yeah. And I'm sure if we just did a scroll of your Facebook, we'd be able to see all the places that you love to go and eat.
As our last
And
holiday would
still
have
be able to get a result.
been.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Do you know what, guys? I have to say, um, Mum is just a classic example of not only being able to, get a great result. I mean, 13 kilos over 6 months, not only being able to smash that as a result, but also, Mum's been away to South Africa you guys went for like a month, right? Mum and Dad went over, they had a holiday and still managed to maintain, right? How many of you can say that you've been able to get a great result doing something, but then also not come back heavier and then have to start all over from scratch again? So, Mum, tell us about just how you've been able to maintain your weight and your overall health, especially while you've been traveling.
Well, that was probably the clincher for me because, just by locking in one meal in a day, that was probably one of the key things in its simplicity. You can take this program with you on your holiday. I locked in a meal, and I could do a cleanse. And even if I did it for as little as, it didn't have to be a full 24-hour or 48-hour cleanse. If I just did it for 17 hours, or sometimes there was an occasion where I just did it for 12, it made the biggest difference. And so I applied that small little things every single day. And people who have been to South Africa will know that the food is absolutely amazing. And so,
And cheap.
and goodness gracious, I came back and I got onto the scale for the first time when I got back, but I knew that because of the way I felt consistently every day, I was only up 500 grams. And I mean, I could have drank that in 2 glasses of water.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
was pretty
exactly.
chuffed.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's awesome because like a lot of the time you get the benefits of feeling how you feel when you get your health under control and you start to lose weight if you're carrying extra, and then you go on holiday and then it all turns to mush, and then you know, that's the time when you want to be feeling at your best. When you're on holiday, having a good time, you don't want to be feeling lethargic and crummy. You want to be feeling real good. And then, you know, when you do come back, you don't want to be feeling like you've got to, you know, backpedal and start all over from scratch again, you know. And so it really goes to show just how much your body can improve and heal over that time, so that as your body is getting those results, it's also learning to deal with stress better,
Exactly.
right? And it can handle, it can take a little bit more, right?
Exactly. And exactly. Another part of the holiday was, of course, very little sleep because there's so much to do in a short space of time.
Yeah,
And I found
yeah.
that just by sticking to a few of the key products that I take, improved my sleeping patterns. And I wake up in the morning and I feel alive. And that is probably one of the biggest key differences, feeling alive. And even on holiday, I felt alive.
So, Mum, tell us what are like your top, say, two. What are like your top two favorite products that you love to use?
The shakes. The chocolate shakes. I'm into the chocolate shakes. Not that I don't like the others, but definitely the shakes. And also the ionics. You know, taking that in the morning. I realized without even reading on the bottle what it was, I realized very early on in the piece that that was probably one of the key products. It's contributed to how I sleep at night. I'll wake up in the morning, and I'm going to add another one to it as well. It's
Mm.
the cleanse drink, the teas, the
Oh yeah,
ionics, and the I'm actually skipping the other two, and now push them together. That's the natural accelerator and the isoflush. So the isoflush, the
so
natural
basically all of
well,
it.
but there's key. There's there that I've discovered that there's a few that I will not do without. That's become something that I will, as much as I can afford to, that will always be on my product list and my product order because I understand the benefits of it and I
Yeah.
feel the benefits of it. Yeah.
Okay, so just to kind of summarize that up for you guys who are listening, you know, a shake is not just a shake. There are lots of just shakes out there, but you're looking at the equivalent of 3 to 5 plates of organic food, whole foods, cold pressed into meals. So you're not only getting the benefits of, you know, a calorie controlled meal, but the nutrients are far higher than what you could actually put on a plate of food. And so that can take care of a substantial amount of cravings. You know, the body cannot communicate to you that it's craving, it'll just tell you you're hungry. The ionics is a great herbal support which helps your body to manage stress. The cleanse tea is your botanicals and phytonutrients, which when you are cleansing helps your body to flush out impurities, and it's a great weekly gentle detoxification. The accelerator that Mum was talking about is a great mineral and herbal support for the thyroid, which is your metabolism. So the awesome thing about the system is that everything works in so synergistically. It's not just working on one aspect of health. It really is looking at what your body needs as a whole so that it can all kind of, you know, sing a great song working together. And then, of course, you experience these kinds of results. So that's cool, Mum. That's awesome. So, Mum, is there anything else that you know, before we wrap up, is there anything else that you want to share? Maybe if there are some people who have been following my posts or my journey for a while now, who are maybe sitting on the fence, is there anything else you want to share or something that you want to say?
The things that come to mind is, you know, you've got absolutely nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, you've got more to gain than you've got to lose. And so, you know, if you want to feel more confident, if you want to look better, if you want to get the compliments, you know, that I know that I've received, which has made such a huge difference for me personally, then give it a go. Really, really. And it's you know, it's simple. You can take it to work with you. You can take it on a holiday with you. And then, you know what? There's a 30-day money back guarantee with no questions asked. I mean, what more can you ask for? So there you go.
Exactly.
That's it. That's it for me.
Awesome. Hey, Mum, thanks so much for coming on tonight, and thanks for you guys who've tuned in tonight, and Look, it's always a pleasure to be on. These products have brought so much value into my life. Oftentimes I find myself like looking at my car, and I was sitting in my car the other night and looking at, the fact that I need to give it a damn good clean. But all the junk that I'm seeing, half of it on the floor is bloody Isogenics wrappers. And I look over and I say to Nick, babe, how can a company have produced products that have brought so much value into my life? And so for that I'm grateful, and for that reason is why I'm so committed to, I feel inspired to help other mums to to feel even just as half as good as how I feel. And so on that note, have a fantastic night, and of course if you have any questions, post them in the comments below. Thanks, Mum.
You're welcome. Bye, everyone. Thanks, love.
See ya.
Bye.